Good evening, guys. Imagine you have a terrible headache. What would you do today? You would either take a tablet or go to a nearby doctor. Fast forward a few years. Instead of visiting a nearby clinic, you would visit your secured personal website, focus your smartphone at the point of pain to get an online diagnosis. Luckily, it turns out to be a small health issue. You focus your smartphone again to the point of pain. Now, an magnetic wave of certain intensity and wavelength is passed on to the affected tissues, and you're cured. This is possible because you have your digital twin stored on your website, which is linked to your doctor's online clinic. A digital twin is an exact replica of your body with all the internal organs. So when you focus with the smartphone on a patch of your body, that patch is scanned and it is superimposed with the already available image under natural conditions, that is when you are not ill, and the diagnosis is done. Once diagnosed, a quick simulation is carried out with the electromagnetic waves of prescribed wavelength by electroceutical company. This wave, when it is simulated on your digital twin, works fine. So the same is passed on to you, to your body. Electroceutical companies broadly encompass pharma and medical equipments, and they use mechanical, electrical, and light impulses to cure or fix the body condition. So it's not only the static tissues, you can also carry out blood flow simulation. Okay. By understanding the blood flow pattern on your brain, you can figure out if there are any symptoms of cancer, tumor, or damages. So, like the brain that we just saw, you can simulate the other parts of your body, or your digital twin can be subjected to various simulations before deciding the cure. So, similar to your body digital twin, using the digital twin of a city, the traffic, radio wave propagation so that you get the cellular network at any point in the city, and the wind pattern and many other things can be simulated effectively, resulting in running the infrastructure quite efficiently. Okay. So how are these simulation technologies helping us today to improve our lives? Actually, it does in many ways. For instance, it helps me to derive the design loads, or simply put, the reaction forces of the biting action Can you get it working? Yeah. The biting action, which I can use to design the replacement jaw with similar strength, weight, and other characteristics of a natural jaw. I can run multiple iterations in a matter of few minutes to arrive at the best material layout for this replacement jaw. I can then do a 3D printing and fit it perfectly onto the patient. Most of these technologies that have been displayed here, they use what is called as the evolutionary theorem, which aids us to mimic the biological forms that are found in nature. Why do engineers like to mimic nature? Because nature has evolved over 4 billion years, and its products are aesthetically interesting, functional, efficient, yet very frugal in matter. Possibly, if a shelter and a bike has to be evolved by nature, they would have evolved something like this, the one that you saw just now. These technologies, the simulation technologies and the digital twins, are not all that serious. It's a fun thing as well. In fact, you are conducting an online shopping and you like the particular garment. You can get your digital twin to wear that garment to check on the fitment and how we look in it and how the dress looks on you. Also, you can apply the environment, like the party that you want to attend, and look for yourself how you would see in that backdrop. And you can go a step further. You can visualize yourself in 3D environment using the virtual reality programs. Again, going a step further, you couldn't attend the party for some reason, though you purchased the clothes. Nevertheless, sitting at the comfort of your room, you can virtually attend this party, participate in the conversations much like you are directly present there, thanks to the technology called augmented reality. Augmented reality is going to blur the difference between virtual and real worlds. While this blurring is happening, there are a lot of jobs that are going to become obsolete. Computers are becoming exponentially faster and better in understanding the world today. Computers have beaten down the world's best chess and the Go players. To sum it up, any job or task that is repetitive in nature or very logical or well structured can be automated. And any job that could be automated can be easily taken away by AI, artificial intelligence. So if you want any basic legal advice, you can get it in a short time from AI programs like IBM Watson, and they give you advice more accurate than a human lawyer. So when you choose a profession, you have to ask yourself, is this job going to be relevant in the coming time or in the future? And not only just any job, any profession that you want to take, only the specialists are going to be needed in future. So not only people who are just trying to get into a newer profession, but people who are already working with multiple years of experience, they should be reassessing their skills at this point in time and reskilling themselves for the future. Otherwise, they'll be getting out of demand. They'll become redundant. I remember somewhere close to place or city that I come from, there used to be bone setters. These are not the certified orthopedics by any medical council. Nevertheless, whoever fractures a bone would be referred to this place, and the patients witnessed near 100% success. Bone fitting used to be an art. Now it's an exact science. In the case of a knee replacement, for example, proper alignment of the musculoskeletal systems are very important. Otherwise, the patients won't be able to walk normally after the surgery. Robots with AI programming can understand these angles for setting very well based on simulation of the personalized movements of the patients. So, the latest question that is going around in certain technology circles in the world is, are you chipped? So, the technologists and early adopters of technology are injecting a small device or a chip of form factor and size of a rice grain into their palm. So, once injected, you don't require access cards or passports. You just wave the hand and you get access to your premises, be it home or office spaces. So, when your health monitors are embedded into a chip and injected into your body, it is imperative that you need to the systems that are there have to be unhackable. Otherwise, somebody could manipulate you to kill someone else and create chaos. More lethal could be a case like this when you can control something or make some action outside your body by your thought. So, the thought invokes some movement in your hand, and that in turn makes some movement outside your body. So, governments across the world should take cognizance of the velocity of development and set up ethics committees to come up with broad guidelines. They should not tramp the development, but at the same time they should assess the potential of the development and try and regulate it in a broader interest of the human society. This brings us to the question of immortality. To me, immortality is very much possible in the near future when digital consciousness and robotics mature and evolve. Your personality could be very well understood by following and analyzing you in the digital media, in the social media. With that, a virtual you could be created and which could emulate your personality, and this personality can be used to give information or advice to your family and friends long after you pass away. And the robots could be made to replicate yourself exactly, and all you need to do is put this digital consciousness into these robots and you could be made to live as long as possible. So, looks like humanity is going to cease to exist the way we know it today, but the future looks extremely bright. So, I leave it here. Thank you so much.